You're watching SUTV News with Kyle Rogers, Emily O'Shea, Sean Gallagher's Sports Report, and Zach Briscoe's Forecast.
Well, good evening, everybody. Snow. We're pretty accustomed to it here in South Central Pennsylvania, but snow in October, not so much. Here's some photos from Bill Smith on campus. We had 6.5 inches of snow here on Saturday. Now that sets a record for the most snow in October and the most snow for one storm in October. Now let's take a look at your almanac. 59 degrees is your average high this time of year. 38 your average low. No precip so far this month. Taking a look at tonight's forecast, we have some clouds moving in. 41 is your low. A little warmer over in Philadelphia at 46. Friday's forecast, the skies will be clearing out. 54 degrees for your high here in Shippensburg, 50 up in Happy Valley. Taking a look at your national forecast, that low pressure system will slide down to the coast and that will bring the clouds tonight, but then the clearing conditions will continue for the rest of the week, and that's reflected in your 5-day forecast. Look at this, beautiful weather coming up. Saturday and Sunday mostly sunny and heading towards 60 degrees, and then towards next week, 65 degrees and mostly sunny. Back to the desk.
Forecast I like. Thank you, Zach. Chi Sigma Iota is helping those in need this holiday season, and you can too. They are collecting items to put bags together to donate to the homeless in Harrisburg. They are collecting used book bags, ready-to-eat foods, sample-sized toiletries, new socks, paper book bags, and more. Now you can help donate those things on your time to help put the bags together and deliver them. You can drop them off in Ship-in Room 121, Franklin Science Center 114, Grove 423, Horton 112, or email Chi Sigma Iota at ship.edu to help. And right now with us is entertainment correspondent Mandy Whaley. Hello, Mandy.
Hey guys. There's some big names coming to Shippensburg campus. Tonight, Dana Carvey, an Emmy Award-winning comedian, is at Luhr Center. Tickets are still available for the 8 p.m. show, so don't miss the opportunity to see this legend. Also, comedian Bill Engvall will be Visit Ship November 9th. Bill's performance is at 8 p.m. in the Luhr Center. Tickets are on sale, so make sure you get yours quick. And it seems fairy tales don't always come true. The big news is that Kim Kardashian is divorcing Kris Humphries after a 72-day marriage. Next week, we'll focus on another couple, Kristen Stewart and Robert Pattinson. Are they really done? Join us next week.
Oh, the suspense. Thank you, Mandy. Stay tuned to SUTV News. Sean Gallagher still has your Red Raider Sports Update. But before we go, let's see what's in this week's Slate newspaper.
In this week's issue of the Slate, in news, we will have a recap of the Battle of the Brains event that the university will host and IBM will sponsor. In opinion, we have an article on how Kim Kardashian's recent divorce to Kris Humphries reminds us of how today's society mocks the ideal marriage. In sports, we will have a game recap of the Red Raider football team's game with East Stroudsburg. It is the first home game since October 8th for the football team. And also a game recap on the field hockey team's game with Westchester. They will host the Golden Rams Saturday in the NCAA Division II quarterfinals. In A&E, we have reviews on Dana Carvey's visit to campus and the Plain White Tees concert, and also a review on ballroom dancing lessons. And in Ship Life, we will take an inside look on how the Slate staff created the Halloween-themed cover for the November 1st issue. Also, tonight, be sure to check out the Slate's informational meeting at 9:30 in Orndorff Theater. Be sure to check out the Slate next Tuesday.
Thanks for staying with us on SUTV News.
Sean Gallagher joins us now with a recap of all the action in Red Raider sports. It's a busy weekend. Sean?
Hi, Emily. Hi, Paul. Yeah, very eventful week for Shippensburg sports, but Mother Nature needed to have a part in it. What I saw.
Always has to get her way in there. How about it?
Oh, you're telling me. Well, as the weekend began, temperatures started to drop, and the Red Raider field hockey team faced off against CW Post in the first game of the PSAC Championships. Stephanie DeCarlis has a recap of the action from Rob Sports Complex last Friday.
Last Friday, Shippensburg field hockey team hosted the 2011 PSAC Athletic Conference. A corner, number 11 Taylor Jones hits it to Christina Taylor, number 7, who knocks it in for the goal, making the score 1-0 Shippensburg. Then, number 24 Emily Colbus passes to number 30 Jamie Lee, who slaps it in for the goal, making the score 2-0 Shippensburg. On a penalty stroke, number 4 from CW Post, Carly Dragon, scores. And finally, on another corner, Shippensburg Jamie Lee gives it off to Bree White in the circle, who slams it in for the goal, making the final score 4-1 Shippensburg, winning the game. Qualified Ship for the championship played on Monday against Bloomsburg. From SUTV, I'm Stephanie DeCarolis.
With the win on Friday, the field hockey team was set to take on the top-ranked Bloomsburg Huskies on Saturday. Even though the game was moved to 10 a.m. by the PSAC to avoid the incoming storm, David C. Field was already snow-covered by early morning. Shippensburg would have to wait until Monday night to play the Huskies and look to stop Bloom from winning their 4th straight PSAC championship.
Shippensburg field hockey team looked to knock Bloomsburg off and prevent them from winning their 4th straight PSAC championship. 16:20 remaining in the first half. The first goal of the game by Bloomsburg, Jacqueline Beasley, number 10, assisted by Jenna Disamentino on a corner, made it 1-0 Bloomsburg. Not even a little over a minute later, another goal by Bloomsburg, this time Brittany Matthews on another corner with an assist from Jenna's sister, Cassie Disamentino, making it 2-0 Bloom. But before halftime on the final play, Shippensburg has a corner, and it's Katie Puffnock as she puts it in the goal right before halftime, making it 2-1 Bloomsburg. So the Red Raiders aren't out of it yet. In the second half, Bloomsburg's number 18, Amanda Riley, scores from an assist by number 13, Amanda Allenbach, making the score 3-1, and that's the way it would stay. A tough game for Shippensburg to lose. Bloomsburg played great defense, and the Huskies win their 4th straight PSAC title.
This loss was tough on the Lady Red Raiders, but there will be little time to dwell on the game. That same night, the NCAA Tournament Selection Show was held. Shippensburg was picked as the 2nd seed in the Southern region. They will face the 3rd-seeded Westchester Golden Rams this Saturday in the first round at 1 p.m. Adult tickets are $5, $3 for students, and $1 for children and senior citizens. But the first 200 students through the gate will receive free admission at David C. Field. As they enter the NCAA tournament, several players from the field hockey team were honored for their play during the PSAC season. Christina Taylor was named the PSAC West Player of the Year for the 3rd time in her college career. Taylor had 23 goals this season, the most of any Division II player. Several other members of the field hockey team received honors this week as the all-PSAC teams were announced on Tuesday. Taylor Jones, Bree White, Jamie Levy, and Katie Shoup all received first-team honors. Katie Puffnock and Sierra DeLoss were named to the 2nd team. Congratulations to the entire team on their accomplishments this season. Good luck in the tournament. Meanwhile, Zach Sully and the rest of the Red Raider football team look to finish their 3-game road trip by beating the Millersville Martyrs last Thursday. Of course, Shippensburg couldn't escape the snowstorm as they took to the frozen tundra of Chris Field.
Well, no doubt the weather was definitely frightful in Millersville last Saturday, but the Red Raiders looked to make it delightful as they took on the Millersville Martyrs. Of course, shovels would definitely be a key to keep the field clean. The Red Raiders looking to get back to 500 in the PSAC East and get over 500, keeping any postseason chance alive. Early on in the first quarter, after blocking the kicker on Millersville, Mike Burnett takes it down the field as he dashes through the snow 71 yards into the end zone for the first Red Raider touchdown. They go up 7-0. The snow keeps falling and more people shoveling the field. It would be like that during the entire game. Later in the first quarter on the next Millerville drive, Dan Miller looking to throw, and he's intercepted by Brian Sorber, who's actually playing for the injured Vinny Renato, and he sets up the Red Raiders inside the Martyr red zone. Following the interception, Zach Zulli fakes the handoff to Mike Fournette, looks down the field, and he finds Jacob Baskerville in the back of the end zone for another Red Raider touchdown, and that makes the score 14-0 Shippensburg. Later in the first half, it was a day for the defense as Mark Khalil-Smith, number 96, gets into the backfield, takes down Dan Miller. That would be one of 6 sacks by the Red Raider defense. Shippensburg would also have 18 tackles for a loss in this game. On the next Shippensburg drive later in the second quarter, it's Zach Zulli once again finding Kevin Harrod from 17 yards out for a touchdown. That would make the score 20-0. Newcomer would miss the PAT. Zulli had 3 touchdowns on the day. Later on, not once but twice, it's Kevin Harrod once again, this time taking it 3 yards in on a run, and that would make the score 27-0 Shippensburg. This football game was all Red Raiders, 40-0 your final. The Red Raider defense would only hold the Martyrs to 62 total yards during the game.
With another huge victory, the Red Raiders get back above 500 overall for the first time since Week 3, and they get back to 500 in the PSAC East Conference. In all 5 victories this season, Shippensburg has scored 40 or more points. Shippensburg finishes off the regular season with 2 home games. This weekend they will take on the East Stroudsburg Warriors and try to keep their name in the mix for the tournament. Saturday's kickoff is at 1 p.m. Watch the game right here on SUTV, Channel 82 on campus and Channel 21 off campus. Listen radio side on WSYC 88.7 FM and online at WSYC.org. Well, last week, Zach Zulli was the player of the week in the conference with 6 touchdown passes against Cheney. This week, it was the running game of Mike Fournette that got the job done in the snow. Fournette was named player of the week in the PSAC East after running for 177 yards and 2 touchdowns. On the defensive side, Brian Sorber was also recognized, who is playing for the injured senior captain Vinny Renato. Sorber had 8 tackles, 3 resulting in a loss for yards, an interception, and a sack. Last week, Neely Spence was in Guadalajara, Mexico, competing in the Pan American Games. Spence ran in the 5K race last Thursday and finished in 8th place with a time of 17 minutes and 10.11 seconds. Mexico's Marisol Guadalupe Romero took home the gold in the event. In volleyball news, Jill Edwards was named the PSAC East Player of the Week. This is the 4th time that Edwards has been chosen by the conference offices. For more on Shippensburg sports, log on to facebook.com/SUTV Sports. So guys, here's hoping we have another great week of sports at Shippensburg, but it looks like Mother Nature is actually going to be very kind to us this weekend with all the sun.
As long as she doesn't bring any snow, I think we'll do good.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, nice job. Thank you, Sean, and thank you for watching SUTV News. I'm Kyle Rogers. Don't forget to find us online at facebook.com/SUTV News.
And I'm Emily O'Shea. Thanks for joining. We'll see you next time.
Good night.